everyone, thanks for joining us for the next episode of What Do You Do? And today I am here with Padee, who is an Accountant 2. I'm going to ask her what the difference is between a 1 and a 2. But Padee, what do you do as part of your job?
So as an accountant too, some of my main roles are I help supervise payroll in absence of our finance manager. I also reconcile our cash receipts to our bank statements, reconciling our general ledger, ensuring that all transactions have been recorded properly or that we're not missing any transactions, because that really helps prepare us for our annual audits. With that said, I also help in preparation of our annual audits and preparations of our state controller's reports.
What kind of reports go to the state controller?
So there's actually quite a few that the city has to prepare, or in general, finance has to prepare. We have payroll that we have to report to the state controller's office. We have streets. So in terms of like expenditures, like what did we spend? Did we properly spend the money that we got from the grant? And we also report for transit. We also report our debts to the state controller's office.
Wow.
And yeah, so payroll is we usually have a little more time to do that versus all the other ones.
Wow, that's a lot of reports, and I didn't quite know, like streets and transit, very interesting. Okay, so when you talk about like the general ledger stuff, what is that?
So the general ledger is a master worksheet that records all of the city's transactions. So anywhere from expenditures to revenue to assets to liabilities. That is our master book of the city. So if anyone asks like, hey, I want to know how much expenditure my department is spending, that's where we keep everything. And part of finance job is to make sure that, all transactions come in are being recorded correctly. Because sometimes, a department might feel like, oh, this is where it goes. But then as finance, we're like, nope, that's not where it goes.
Okay.
And so that's what one of my main role is ensuring that transactions are properly recorded into our general ledger.
Wow. So I'm assuming that also requires communicating with departments probably very frequently.
Yes, that does require outreaches to other departments or even department outreaching to us and just confirming like, hey, I'm expecting this check. Okay. Can somebody please confirm? Because I don't see it in the general ledger. And so that does require outreach, and that is part of our reconciliation. But yeah.
Cool. So how much on average a month would you say you are reconciling in like money-wise?
So on average, money-wise, I would say about $10 million a month, because are we receiving property tax grants? Are we receiving any of the grant money coming in? I mean, when we receive gas tax, that's a monthly that we get, and it varies anywhere from a couple $100,000. And so our transactions does vary anywhere from $5 to $20 million. Wow. But on average, I would say about $10 million.
And that's not all money we keep. Like,
no,
that's like it's coming in and it's leaving. So it's not like, just to be clear, guys.
Yes, I wish we keep all of that, but we don't.
Okay. And sometimes it goes out like we're making payments or we're whatever other things where the money is leaving the city for.
Yes, or sometimes it's reimbursement money that we already spent the money and we're just asking for the money back. And so it does vary, and especially, during property tax seasons or during the period, I believe we get about 2 to 3 payments a year. Oh, wow. And the amount is pretty big, and that's where the reconciliation amount is really big.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, not all of your property tax stays with the city. We actually get, don't quote me on this, but I think it's like 10, 12 cents per dollar.
Yeah, you can definitely find that.
Of property tax. Most of it, I think, goes to the county, goes to like the cemetery district, the school district. I think even like there's like a community college portion. So not all of your property tax money comes to the city, just so you guys know. So sometimes I get those emails and they're like, my property tax. And I'm like, actually, we get a very small percentage.
Yeah, the city does not keep all of it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yes.
So what's the difference between an accountant 1 and 2? Is it just sort of more responsibility or?
Yeah, so the accountant one position is more of an entry level to governmental accounting. And then the accountant two is more of a journey level where you've been, been an accountant one for like 2 to 3 years. And accountant two, you do get more involved in the technical accounting side of things, and you do help more with like the upper management in terms of just reporting and pulling data for departments or auditors. Yeah.
So there is a front counter for finance, correct?
Yes.
And which is in community development.
Yes.
And then there's also where you guys do your work is upstairs on the second floor at City Hall.
Yes.
Very cool. So if you guys have questions, come to the front counter in community development. You guys can ask questions. Okay, cool. So how long have you worked for the city?
I've been with the city for about 3.5 years now.
Oh, good. I don't feel quite so bad. My last interview, the person was like, I've been here for many years. And so about the same time, I think, the two of us.
Yes. Yeah. So about 3.5 years. I mean, I think in general, in finance in general, that's considered long. So
okay. Good to know. So what do you love about Davis?
So in general, just because I'm also a resident of Davis, I really enjoy how the community is very involved, how there's a lot of activities that the city offers to the community.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, like, I feel like when I was a student coming here, that's also where I first known about Davis. I mean, I wasn't as aware about them until I actually worked for the city, and I'm like, wow, like there are so many activities that I wish I would have known about this like 5 years ago.
Yeah. So you graduated from UC Davis?
Yes, I did.
Very cool. So you graduated from here locally, and now you work for the city.
Yes.
And you live in the city.
Yes.
That's a trifecta right there.
It is. It's cool. I mean, like, I feel like being a part of the community, it's so great. Like, I love the city. It's such a safe, small little city that, like, I think it's such a good family-oriented community, and that's what I love about it.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So you guys, many of us work and live here in the city. And we really, I mean, I think when I talk to people about what they like about the city, like the joy and the love is very genuine for our community. So
absolutely. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people in Davis, they're very friendly.
Oh,
and
for sure.
when I go to Sacramento, I'm like, oh my God, I forget I'm not in Davis. So
well, thank you so much, Padee.
Yeah, of course.
I hope you guys learned a lot. I learned a lot. I'm like amazed at how much sort of goes on in our finance department and also that Padee does. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, Jenny. Yeah, Bye.